Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loimacito is the best.
Oh, it's 32 degrees, man. It's nearly like 11:35 or something in the morning. Pretty hot. You can literally feel the sun rays burning on your skin. It's like, look at this guy, how he's sticking in such a long bamboo. Anyway, ooh. Before I start today's session, just want to give a shout out, a thank you to people who have kind of donated to my channel or supported my, given a gift to my daughter because they watched some of the videos. One of them, obviously, I changed, I'll not give you specific details, but Alfred and Christopher are two names. Then there's one Emirati guy. He really admires my daughter. So he showed me a photograph of his daughter. So he said, "This is for your baby girl. Mashallah, she is nice." So appreciate. And then one student from India. I was kind of surprised. The boy, he told me that his father is pretty abusive and doesn't guide him. He watches my videos to get inspiration, and he donated $5. So I got in touch with him, and it's basically I'll take care of him. Like I'll make sure that whatever. So I respect such people because of their kindness or their thoughtfulness. It's I'm able to sustain and survive because I don't want to kind of act like earning millions and billions. No, every penny counts. So I appreciate this. Anyway, today I thought I'd share with you how I deal with problems. Okay, right now everyone is undergoing problems and they're going through a tough time. So some people don't know how to deal with them. So this is for you guys. So let's quickly move into how I deal with them. Like for example, me now. Whenever problems come, they don't come one, they come multiple, and they come with full force, and that is where you get overwhelmed. So what I tend to do is whenever I have a problem, I have a dedicated notebook, a kind of a black book. And in that black book, what I do is I write down whatever are my problems. Okay? Let's say, whatever. I'm giving a rough example. Okay, electricity bill has to be paid. Grocery shop, we need this much. Let's say I have no customers for the coming week, or job insecurity. Okay, I need to find a job. Whatever the problems, write it down. After you've written it down, when you remove a thought from your mind and you put it on paper, it kind of frees up the resources in your mind and you're able to think a little bit more clearly. So trust me, try that. Write it down on a sheet of paper. You'll feel much more better. After you've written it down and you can see the problems, then categorize them into different compartments or groups. Like for example, put one heading, expenses. So put all your expense related problems there. Okay, grocery shop, electricity bill, water bill, rent, whatever. Okay, incomes. Okay, customer and client has to pay money. You have to collect money from this guy, that guy, whatever. Put it all there. Then career related. Okay, I have politics in the workplace. My boss doesn't like me. I need to sort out my resume. Okay. Then, health issues. I'm having problems with my blood pressure, and right now feeling pain in the knees. So after you have compartmentalized all the problems, then segregate this based on order of urgency or importance. Like something that is urgent. Let's say a person send me an inquiry Now, and he has to get a job. He has an interview coming up. Now, that is really urgent. Okay. Now, he may not pay me a very big amount of money, but it's urgent because if I don't answer it, it's gone. Then something that is important is, let's say, developing my brand or focusing on the strategy for the next 6 months. So that is not urgent, but that is important for me because I need to focus on what will be my strategy after 6 months. Okay. Or maintaining a relationship with a friend or a contact whom I may need to deal with at some point of time. Okay. So after you've segregated all this, what I suggest is if there are small nagging problems that you can sort out immediately. Let's say, for example, my baby is screaming in the house. Okay. She's crying. And, there is an electrical bulb which is flickering. And I have to focus on my work and get a customer for the coming, let's say, tomorrow. Now, these are 3 problems. Now, if changing the light bulb will take maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes, if the bulb is not there, I have to go to the shop and ring, so it takes maybe half an hour. Baby, it'll take, I obviously will tell my wife, but that takes around 15 minutes to handle. My work takes around like 3-4 hours. Now, even though the work is more important, if I don't deal with these other 2 issues, it'll drive me mad. So immediately, make sure the baby is taken care of. Make sure that I drive down, sort out the bulb. So 2 problems are gone. My headache is less. So if you have small problems that you can immediately fix, whatever it is, fix it fast. Let's say in terms of expenses, you have to pay the bank 100,000. You have to pay a guy 1,000. You have to pay another guy 50. Okay. Now all 3 are chewing your brains. All 3 are calling you up. So what I suggest is, see, there are 2 small ones. Like, okay, 50 is very small. Call and finish it off. Don't keep it. It simply nags you. Then the guy who has to pay you 1,000, who you have to pay 1,000, pay him 200 if you have that much. If you don't have too much, so at least he's calm, and tell him after next week or after 2 weeks, extend it a little longer. Say after 3 weeks, and then the 100,000 one, talk to them, because if you don't talk to them, they'll keep nagging you. Okay, so that is how I recommend, and it's very important that you deal with these issues and not run away from them, and solve them fast. Like the problems that can be sorted out fast, I solve them. Now, obviously, now comes the big ones, the big problems which drive everyone mad. Let's say, for example, you don't have a job. Okay, you're searching for a job, you don't have one. That is the most pressing issue. Now, there are different ways to go about this. I'm not going to say, oh, contact Roy Macedo, contact me, and no. Listen, don't jump into conclusion. Let's say you don't have a job. Okay, I always tell people the smartest and most effective way is first go through all your contacts, your contact list. Speak to everyone and get to the point. Don't rattle off, I have this problem. Oh, I'm suffering. No. Maintain your self-respect. Call the person. Let's say you're calling, let's say Mohammed. You're calling Mohammed. Okay. Hey, Mohammed, how are you doing? Fine. Okay. Mohammed, just want to take 2 minutes of your time. If you have, he'll say fine. Then just tell him, listen, I've been laid off, or I don't have a job. You don't need to give him details. I've been without a job for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, this, that. Say, I've been laid off and I'm looking for a better opportunity. My specialization is in sales or engineering. Okay. Do you know anybody who I can contact? Can you offer me a solution, or can you refer me to somebody in your contact list who I can take your name? I'll keep it short, ask them, and just send my CV to them. That's it. I'm not going to harass them or anything. So, most probably people who are your genuine friends, they will give you a solution. They'll not say, no man, I can't do anything. Okay? Those are the genuine ones. The rest all are fuck all. So you get to the point. You need to practice the script. Huh? Don't just start calling people. First, practice it. Listen to yourself, how you talk. I used to record myself, listen to it. Okay, I think I need to change, tweak this sentence. I would write down my script, actually right now, and tweak the script. And I'd have a script in front of me so I know what to say. And I sometimes keep even a stopwatch. So I knew each person I should not spend more than X amount of minutes. Reason being, obviously, I'm spending money on the phone. So I used to keep my script in front of me. Let's keep the stopwatch, short call to the point, and an Excel sheet to take the feedback. Okay, he said this, she said this. Okay, he said to contact this person, this is the number, this is the email. So the pen, paper, everything was right in front of me. And work on it for some time and then take a break. Okay, the important thing is you're taking steps towards a solution and not running away from a solution. Now, here's a small piece of advice I'll give you. Doing something else to take off your mind is relaxing. Let's say watching a movie, let's say having sex, let's say some people before pre-COVID, they would go for a holiday, they would go for a massage, they would watch a movie. Okay, all this is relaxing, but it's not going to solve your problem. The problem is going to be there and it only gets bigger. So in as much as it's okay to relax, it's not okay to do something else and not focus on the problem. Now, the best thing which I focus for you to do to relax is not to watch a movie, is not to chat with your friends, not to waste your time doing all this shit. The best thing to relax is close your eyes, lie down, go to sleep. I'm serious. You need to sleep. Don't do anything else other than sleep. When you sleep, your mind resets itself. And when you don't waste your resources watching the news and doing all that shit, it keeps you ultra focused on the task. Okay? So this is what you need to do. Now, okay, let's say you spoke to all your contacts. Now there is nobody. What next? The next one is, I believe, which is a very powerful tool that I use, is the power of asking. You ask people the same way. Have the script, memorize it, ask people, random strangers, ask anyone. You know, all the people who help me in my life are all strangers. Not a single one is sometimes people who I knew for years. There have been rare exceptions, but majority of them, total strangers. And it's incredible, huh? People I never know. Like, see, these people are donating to my channel, giving to my daughter. Some of them I never met them. They're just kind people, you know. So it's in the power of asking, but ask with respect. Don't ask like a beggar, okay? Don't ask, please help me. And don't go on for hours and hours. Nobody gives a fuck about your problem. Okay. Then as you keep asking, it is also important to ensure that you're ready for the opportunity. What do I mean by that? Let's say you spoke to a contact and he says, yeah, get in touch with Arun. Arun will check your CV. Now, if you have been given a lead and your CV is not ready and your CV looks like shit, it's an opportunity that will never come back. Make sure your CV is proper. Make sure that your interview skills are strong. Make sure that you know what to say, how to say, what to market. All these things are important. You can't go to a person, if a person gives you his time, and give them a shitty CV. I've had this experience in the past. I've introduced a person to a director or a powerful guy, only for them to have an absolutely crappy interview. What are your skills? Sir, I'm hardworking, determined. I helped this company get 8.9 million or billion or whatever. Then the person is like, oh, if you're so great, why are you unemployed? Then what the fuck he'll answer? So you need to be prepared for the opportunity, whether it's your CV, whether it is your interview skills, whether it's how you sell yourself. Okay? Then at the same time, see, the problem with Google.com, there's too much of information and too much of nonsense. Every Tom, Dick and Harry will have an opinion and it fucks up your head. And one last thing is, if all that doesn't work and it's still not happening, then contact a professional. Okay? And remember, what you pay is what you get. You pay peanuts, you'll get shit. You approach a professional, you'll get the best. Okay? It's as simple. If you want a Rolls Royce, you need to pay top dollar. You are stingy about money, go buy yourself a fucking Honda. or a Toyota, you know. So that's as simple as it gets, man. And I've done this over the years and it has worked wonders for me, I'll tell you. Always helps. Writing down the problem and tackling one problem at a time, and during breaks, sleeping. Other things which I tell you is like, you'll see me going for my morning walks, exercise. That is very important. Throughout the day, I get so busy with emails and messages and requests. Fuck, it drives you mad. It's like, I'll tell you, being a family man itself it drives you nuts. For example, I want to sit and do my work. My wife comes, oh, we forgot to bring food for baby. Oh, we need to buy this from the market. And then I have to dress up. Getting my wife to get dressed up takes another half an hour. She'll say, I'm ready, but then half an hour. Then the baby to dress up takes another 15-20 minutes. Running around, shouting. Yeah, it is cute when you have the baby running around, but when they run around too much and they shout too much, it does you mad. Then after that, I have to sit and wait on the scooter. Carry them. Take them to the market. Once you take them, it's not straightforward. She'll go here, he'll go there, he'll go everywhere. And by the time you come back, already 2 hours are up. And because I create content, I'm feeling exhausted. I'm like, Then I have to settle down. After I settle down, then my wife will come again. Oh, we have to do this, have to do that. Baby screaming, shouting. Then, dinner, that takes time. And, food comes in. And then when I want to sit down, my baby wants to come in. So there's so many challenges, man. That's why in the morning, the first thing which I do is exercise. I don't take calls. I don't check emails, WhatsApp messages, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Go for my morning exercise. Not even music. I don't listen to music. Silence or just the noise of nature. Run, get exhausted, do my creative work, which is my priority. Now, this what I'm doing is important but not urgent. So I finish it. It's important means it's for the long term. I'm not going to get any customers by watching my videos. But my brand value increases, my credibility increases. Okay, Loy is putting out content. He's a legit guy. Like people, when they speak to me on the video, they say, shit, it's you, man. Fuck, big fan of yours. Why they are the fan? Because I put all this content. They respect the content. They know the value of content. It's not easy. I'll tell you try putting up a video up online. You try putting up video every day. Each of my videos is like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Try putting it every single fucking day. You'll find out how exhaustive the process is. So that is why people respect, and they respect my work. And the feeling is mutual, So exercise, then finish off the important work, then go have a shower, relax. And one thing which I also recommend is I don't keep hogging and eating right after my exercise. I leave my stomach empty. I just have that garlic. You remember? I have garlic, 2 bulbs made in small pieces with hot water, and black coffee without sugar, espresso. And then I stay as hungry as I can for as long as I can. Might take 1 hour, might take 2 hours, might be 3 hours after exercise. But the reason for this is the body needs to be empty sometimes. Always being stuffed with food and stuffed with stuff is not required. So I keep it empty, and when I'm hungry, finally I'll have something healthy, like a soup or, vegetables or, something, or protein like egg white, or fish white. So something to start the day, and that's how it goes. So it's very important to have a balanced mind, very important to have a balanced body, okay? You must take care of your health. Without mental health, without the ability to think clearly, have good, a physical body. I'm not talking a six-pack. I'm talking of a healthy body. You can't function. And yeah, like I told you, sleep is also important. Whenever you take a break, take a nap, 15 minutes. It resets your mind. And one last thing which I'll tell you is, like I have this game. I play these strategy games that help me think, and it's tough. And I also play a skill game like shooting, like I'll tell you, I'm so dumb at shooting. I have to stand in one place. I'm holding the gun and I'm like, where the fuck is the guy? And olden days, the games like Doom and Quake, you hold a gun, the guy would come walking, dig, like slowly. And it's easy to shoot him. Today, when you play the game and you're holding the gun, the guy is toing, jumping all around. He's like, what the fuck where the fuck do I shoot, So I was pretty dumb at it. So I said to myself, okay, I'll improve on this skill. So every day I used to practice for half an hour. Every day I'll practice half an hour. And I got better. Okay, now I know how to shoot the guy. Okay, now I can jump and shoot the guy. Now I can run and jump and shoot the guy. So I kept improving with time. The point I'm trying to make here is when you have a problem and you handle it every day, little by little, you will get better at it. Like, for example, right now I'm playing the strategy game Stronghold, which I told you. Stronghold, try it out. It's a nice resource management, resource building and conquest kind of a game, castle game. So I've reached this stage where it's Kill the Pig. The Kill the Pig is the guy, the main, the sub-villain. So he's known as a pig. The main villain is the wolf. So I have to storm his castle. Now the problem is when I take all my guys to storm the castle, he throws oil or he shoots arrows and I'm not being able to do it. So what I decided is I broke down the stage into bits and pieces. Okay, first keep the guys to one side without getting shot. Then, they have dug water around the castle. Okay, remove the water. Then after that, break the wall. Then after that, climb the side of the wall. Then kill the main guys at the side. So I've divided it into stages. I've actually written it down on a sheet of, paper, Excel sheet. And, games have this quick save. So every time I play the stage, if I've completed it successfully, I save it. So I've gone one step further towards my goal. Sometimes when I play the stage, it goes again and again and again, and I keep failing. It drives me mad. But then I say, okay, I'll try 5 times today, and tomorrow I'll leave the rest for tomorrow. So tomorrow 5 times. And when I leave it at, okay, whether I win or lose, at least I will try, I will do something. I might keep failing. One point I will succeed. And because I've divided this whole task, like I give this stage into bits and pieces, like bringing the guys together, covering the water, then breaking the castle wall, then climbing at the side. So because I've divided into small chunks, it becomes easier to complete the full stage. So divide your problems also in the same way. It'll really help. So yeah, man, this is how I suggest that you should attack your problems. Remember, everyone has problems. Problems will always be there. But running away from them or crying about them or just thinking and doing nothing is analysis paralysis. Don't do that. Don't overanalyze. Start doing things. And as a bonus tip, I'll leave you with this. Remember that making plans is useless. Just making plans. Do it. Start doing things now. Just do it. And when you have a task and you do it and you keep at it, eventually you'll see results. So it's more like a, never give up. But at the same time, use common sense. I've always given the example, if a fly were to try till you succeed, if it believed in that quote, and it sees a window and it goes and smashes its head on the window, looking at the freedom, the other side of the house, the green grass and everything, no matter how many times it'll try, it'll die. Eventually you'll see the fly dead near the window pane. The same way, if you're doing the same thing over and over again and you have not achieved any different result, like some people, I tried for 6 months, I tried for 8 months, not got a job, then you need to change your strategy. You need to use your common sense, approach a professional, approach somebody who can guide you and take you to the next level. If you're stingy about pennies, don't expect world-class results. So anyway, guys, this is what I wanted to leave you with. Let me know in the comment section below if you found anything of value. Always read your comments. I always do. You'll always notice a like and a heart. Give me bad words or good words or whatever. I always acknowledge your comments. That means I've read it. So this is me signing off. You guys take care.
Are you fed up of life? Earning a pathetic salary, working long hours, having an ungrateful boss, facing office politics, the constant fear of losing your job, and after paying rent, groceries, shopping, and children's expenses, you were left with hardly any savings. Is this the life you dreamed of? Or do you wish to change your life forever? Meet Loy Macedo, the world's #1 personal branding coach. He will help you identify the real you Position and sell yourself by getting the job of your dreams and make good money anywhere in the world. If you do not believe me, Google his name, Loy Macedo, and you will find 2 million web links online and over 200 recommendations from very happy clients. So the question is, do you want to change your life? If yes, then contact Loy Macedo. www.loymacedo.com. Who is loymacedo.com? thinkpersonalbranding.com. What are you waiting for? Do it now.